Buongiorno, buonasera, benvenuti amici. Welcome, my friends. My name is Vincenzo, and welcome to my channel, Fountain Pen Therapy. Today I have another pen review for you, another Indian pen, a pen from a company by the name of Lotus Pens. Now, I've already reviewed a pen some time ago from Lotus, just a beautiful, beautiful pen. It was a PSP Lotus collaboration, the Lotus Arthur, and I recently was contacted by Mr. Aaron Singhi of Lotus Pens, who asked me whether or not I'd be interested in reviewing a couple of his pens. And of course, I obliged. I said, obviously, sure, send them to me and we'll take a look at them. And he did. And today I propose one of those two pens coming in this beautiful box. Now, a little bit about Lotus. From what I understand, Mr. Singhi has been the director of the company, or the owner, has been in this industry for many, many, many years. But Lotus per se, I think, was only started in 2015, specializing in hand-painted pens, then going into more metal pens, and now even ebonite fountain pens. So there we are. All of their pens are 100% handmade from India. I think they have some very nice offerings, like this one. And I propose to take a closer look at it today. We'll take a look at the design, the features. We'll do some pen comparisons. We'll do a writing sample. I'll give you my thoughts, my likes and dislikes, as usual. So folks, please stay attuned. I think you've got a little gem here. Okay, so we're back with the pen. First of all, the pen comes in this beautiful handcrafted wooden box. I think a nice touch with the Lotus handcrafted in India logo. Okay, and you can slide open the top to reveal, well, we've got a kimono with the pen inside. Beautiful kimono. I think we've seen this one before with the previous Lotus pen. Little brochure or a little booklet giving some, indication of some information on the company and various pen offerings. So that's a nice little booklet. A cleaning cloth or cloth to just wipe down the pen, if you will. Okay, that's a very nice touch. There's a nice velvety bed there to accommodate the pen. And look at the bed. Look at this beautiful kimono. I think this is really nice. I've got a couple of these now, and very, very nice. Well protected in there. And the pen is in there with the Lotus logo on it. Here's that beautiful ebonite pen that we should take a closer look at here now. So first of all, first thing to notice is that it is ebonite. And that wave pattern, when it reflects against the light, is really, really classy. It's got a very nice, elegant and sophisticated look. That black and chrome trimmings, very, very nice. Now, second thing to note is that it is light. It's a light pen. I would say to you it's a medium-sized pen. So for those of you who don't like bulky pens, this is definitely one for you. Let me just shine it up here a little bit. There you go. The chrome was, and you've got the Lotus logo right at the top of that clip. The clip is very stiff, but functional due to its kind of a upturn there. So it's very easily slips into a sleeve or a shirt pocket, if you will. As to the finial, there is a dark, shiny top with slight point there. You can see just a slight point, and a relatively flat finial, but again, a shiny butt, if you will. There you have it. It has chrome trimmings, the clip, the band here, and the triple ring band in the center, and one band at the end. But I think that very nicely done. I got to tell you, all of this is handcrafted. I can't see. Everything is finished very, very nicely. There's no parts that are sticking out or where you could see seams of any sort. Very nice. If we open the pen, let's just see how many turns. That's 1, 1.5, 1 3/4 turns, and the pen opens to reveal this Yowo nib. I chose a 1.1 stub with the Lotus logo branded. This section here is black shiny section, a little bit of a ring. There's just a slight step down, but very, very, very smooth, not obtrusive at all. It doesn't interfere. So even if you're someone who likes to hold the pen a little higher up, not a problem. Nice section, I would tell you. It's about 11 at its largest length there. It's got a little bit of a flare, so very comfortable. I tell you, very comfortable. Light pen, but very comfortable. It does have a cartridge converter. There you go. Now, my feeling is that this pen is can probably be eye dropped, because it is ebonite on ebonite. The converter is a Schmidt standard converter, so very nice touch. The turns there are very nice, and it does close down very tightly, very nicely. So there you have it. A really, really nice size. Just a perfect size, if you will, for those of you especially who don't like bulky pens. And this one, I like bulky pens. I like big pens. But this one is just right. It's not on the small side. It's got that medium shape, so it's fine with me. Very fine with me. Does it post? Yes, it does. I don't like posting my pens just because I'm always afraid that material can get scratched up, if you will. So I never recommend posting, but for those of you who absolutely need to post, not a problem. This is a very postable pen. It's very light, very balanced. It doesn't backweight the pen in the least. So very, very nice. I really like that wave. Now, from what I see on the website, this pen comes also in a blue and in a purple. So I've seen other colors in the past as well. So I would imagine that the company does offer different colors from time to time. As we speak today, I see the blue and I see the purple. The purple actually has gold trimmings. There you have it. So that's the outside of the pen. Now, let me just see if I could take a look in there. I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but certainly you can see that nice ledge. There's a step there that will seal this pen very nicely. So I suspect that this pen will not dry up on you. That sealing step is right there, which is a nice touch. Very, very nice from Lotus. Got to tell you, it's going to give Ranga a run for their money. Let me tell you. So Lotus, and they've got some really nice offerings on their website, and I've already purchased two, the Lotus Arthur and a Citrus Splash, and we'll see that in the pen comparison that will follow. So why don't we take a look at a pen comparison in just a few seconds, and we'll then do some measurements and that obviously that well-awaited writing sample. Be right back. Okay, here you go. For the pen comparison, I've chosen exclusively Indian made or pens made in India. The first one is my Canwrite Heritage. And here are the two Lotus pens. This is the Lotus Arthur, and they're both PSP Patent Street pens collaborations. This one is the Citrus Splash, I believe it's called. I have reviewed this pen, but I haven't published the video yet, but that will be upcoming soon. And here you have the subject pen, which is the Wave. Alongside is the Vizier Meteor Shower. And then here is my Ranga Abhimanyu, the small version, not the grand. So there you have the pen comparison, capped. And here they are uncapped. So you could see that the subject pen is a medium-sized pen. You know, a little bit bigger than the Ranga, but it is smaller than the Vazir, slightly smaller than the Citrus Splash, but equivalent to the Arthur. So surprisingly enough, the Arthur is a much bulkier pen, but in terms of length, it rivals with the Arthur very nicely, and then almost equivalent to the Canwright, as we see here, the first one. So those are the pens uncapped. Here are the pens capped. Some of these pens are high cappers, in other words, really just capped, like for example my Citrus Splash here, just sitting at the top. But as you could see, the same thing with the Vizier, but as you could see that even posted, it although a medium-sized, it really rivals with the rest of the pens, some of which are much larger, some in particular the two other Lotus and the Vizier. But there you have it. That's a good comparison. Beautiful pen, very elegant. There you have it. So let's look at some measurements and then that writing sample. Okay, so we're back with the writing sample. First of all, the ink. The ink I've chosen for this pen is this beautiful black ink from Iroshizuku Takesumi. One of my favorite black inks, I would tell you. Very, very nice. So we'll see how that works out. It should go fine with this beautiful black ebonite. As far as the notebook is concerned, this is my trusty Tomoe River Galen leather notepad. And I think we're all set. Okay. So the pen is the Lotus Wave black model. Oh yes, this gotta tell you, this nib is well tuned. Very, very nice. The nib is a Yowo number 6 steel 1.5 or 1? No, 1.1 stub. It's got a nice width though, I gotta tell you. Very, very nice. The ink that we have chosen for this pen is the Iroshizuku Takesumi. You can never spell it. Takesumi. So, 1, 2, 3. I didn't really touch all that ink because I know it's nice and wet. I'm afraid to get my fingers all wet here, but I can tell you it's very, very smooth, very constant, got a nice stub line, just a hint of feedback, which is nice. You could see that very thin line, vertical, horizontal, and a much thicker line, vertical. Very, very nice. So I would say to you that this nib is very wet, very smooth, and very constant. Before I forget, and I don't want to be scolded again, reverse writing. Wow. This is one of the better reverse writing nibs that I've written with. Yeah, and you can probably squeeze out, I would say, almost a fine medium line there. So very nice, and it keeps writing. Take a look at that. Even gives you a little bit of line variation. Very nice. Okay, in terms of likes and dislikes. I have very little, I must say, I have very little dislikes about the pen other than very subjective things. I mean, I think the design is nice. That pattern, wave pattern is just really, really classy and sophisticated. It makes for a very elegant pen. The build quality is just excellent. Very, very well built. Found absolutely nothing wrong with this pen. Nice materials. The nib, yes, it's not a in-house nib. It's a Yowo, but it's well tuned. So right out of the box, very nice. I guess the only dislike that but that's a subjective thing. It's a very light pen and it's medium size, and I prefer the Lotus Arthur, if you will, which is a much bulkier pen and much heavier as well. But that's really a personal taste. But those of you who like medium-sized pens, this is just really, really just right there, right on. So likes personal, very personal. It's the weight and size. I could just imagine this pen with a little more bulk and a little bit bigger. Wow. Maybe tell Mr. Singh to make one a little bigger just for me. And I think they make, actually, you can ask for them to make custom made pens. Maybe that's what I'll ask them. Can you make me a big wave? I'd be curious to see. In terms of value, I think this pen is going for $190, if I'm not mistaken, or something to that effect. A little pricey, I would say to you. Not a cheap pen, but you're getting a beautiful ebonite, and you can feel the warmth of that ebonite. It's a nicely handcrafted pen, so that has a premium. It always does. It's not done by machine. It's done by individuals who put their artistic touches to this pen. So there you have it. So there you go. I would definitely recommend it. It's certainly going to be a go-to pen for me. 10 on 10. I think this is going to be part of my, weekly rotation, where I always have a black pen. Well, there you have it. One more added to the gang, as they see, so to speak. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed that. I think I recommend it. Very nice. Thank you very much again to Lotus Pens for having sent me the pen for review. I have one more pen for them to review, and I have another one that I purchased, the Lotus Splash, which I have reviewed. The review is ready. It's just going to be published soon. I'm trying to give everybody a chance. I've got some of the Italian pens going. I've got some of the Chinese, some of the other, and the Indian pens as well. So there you have it. I hope you've enjoyed that. If you've gotten to this part of the video, as Hemingway Jones would say, well, please subscribe. It helps the algorithm, and it helps us keep going here. Although I'm having an absolute ball, I'm enjoying this tremendously. I hope you enjoyed this review. Take a look at I know I published before this one several episodes, 2 episodes on the Grail pen phenomena. Take a look at those videos. A lot of work there. I hope you enjoyed them. And stay tuned for my weekly recap. We're going to get back to the weekly recap. I don't know when this video is going to be published. Right now, when it was done, I had interrupted the weekly recap to do my Grail pen phenomena series, but we're going to get back to that, and stay tuned for that as well. So thank you very much. Grazie molto. Arrivederci a tutti.